We're fine. We're great.
We've got it.
We are thriving as always. Let no one tell you different. Don't believe us if we say we're not, because we are.
I was gonna say we're not.
See, I predicted this. Do not believe V. Guys, don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, the usual. But hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals.
Hello.
How are you guys? Are you good? Are you Gucci? Are you Cash Money? Are you also in bike hell? Because I am in bike hell. What's up?
That's me in 2015. You can't get me back. I
know we talked about this. We talked about this last week. But I'm still in bike hell. I don't know when I'm gonna get out.
I got out only because no one was in there with me. And misery loves company, so I was like, I have to get into something else, I guess.
See, I was like, ooh, a dead fandom, you say? Let me disappoint myself.
Oh,
there we go. Break my own little heart, because every fan fiction has not been updated since 2018. It's fine.
So sad.
There's so many abandoned ones, and it's really sad.
That's so sad.
I get it, but also,
if you pay me, I'll eventually finish them. Maybe. I'll take.
Can I pay you? Can I commission you for a fanfic?
I do only one shots.
Can I commission you for a one shot?
Yes.
Nice. Guys, I'm gonna do this. I won't say what pairing, because I don't want anyone to hate me. It's Mito Saga. Anyway, this is fine. What is up, my dude? How was your week? Today is it's Tuesday. I thought... Okay, for whatever reason, I thought we were going to record yesterday. And then I was like, wait, are we recording on Monday? And I looked at the text and it said Tuesday. I'm like, I am a fool. And I'm yelling at my mic.
I worked yesterday. I worked Sunday. Why did we not record Sunday? Because I only slept for 3 hours.
I was like, are you going to record? You're like, oh, yeah, I slept for 3 hours. I'm fine, though. I'm like, V, no, go to bed.
I was like,
record later.
I'm good. Let's do it. Let's do this.
You would have fallen asleep into your fucking pop filter.
But that's the charm of it. That's my charm. Yeah, exactly. That's who I am as a person.
It's perfect. I love it. Thank you.
That audio is me personified. Wait, I'm that audio personified.
You are your audio.
I am the audio.
We're doing great, guys. I found some wine, and it tasted too much like wine, so I put maraschino cherries and cherry juice in it, and it's in a sparkly cup, and I feel special.
Yeah, I'm drinking wine, too.
Yours is in, like, a fancy goblet, though.
It's a Stella Artois beer thing that my mom... They had these glasses at Sundance, like, 5 million years ago. My mom was catering there. She took all of the fucking glassware because they're like gonna throw it away, and it's like, this is fucking good glass.
It is. It's a nice glassware. I can confirm. Mm-hmm. Well, see, you look like a polished adult, queer, ready to go. I look like Kroger brand Arthur over here. And on multiple occasions today, my siblings been like, you look like Arthur. And as I'm walking out to go run some errands, my mom's like, I like your outfit. I'm like, because I look like a toddler.
But
for those not watching, I'm wearing a yellow mock neck and a pair of overalls. Oh, I look like a minion. I take it back.
No, because it's mustard, not like a bright yellow.
Mm.
You don't look like a minion.
Thank you, boo. How was your week? Since it's 2 days into this week.
It's 2 days into this week. It is good. I do not work for the rest of this week. I am going to do some fun stuff with some fun people. I am excited.
Cheers, bitch.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, it's a secret, but V is going to answer the booty call of the universe. And I'll leave it at that.
No, there's no booty call. It's just the stars are aligned for me to go on a trip. That's it.
The booty call of the universe. What if I make that the title?
Can you not? I'm like, it's more than just a booty call, though. You know that.
Oh, I know that completely. It's just really fun to fuck with you. So.
I just can't believe that Alex in the freaking group chat was all like, are you answering the booty call of the universe?
Guys,
Like 20 minutes later after, I'm like, dude, can you watch my dog and my cat?
Guys, our group chat is very fun. It has many good memes. See, we send all the good TikToks. I'll send usually some hot comics every once in a while. You know.
That's
or
true.
a Twitter post here and there. Some good ones. I like that one where it's like me whenever I'm with two other friends. It's like, this is just like in the Powerpuff Girls.
That's literally us like a couple of weeks ago when we're like coming up with different personas. We're like, which Powerpuff Girls are we? But it was like very obvious.
Oh yeah. As a kid, I was always determined to be Bubbles, but I now know I am Blossom.
As I send you that type A TikTok.
Fuck.
It's like, gotta be the oldest child. Gotta have mommy issues. Not dead mommy issues, but like live mommy issues. And gotta be a Leo. It's you. It's you.
What's up? I've been doing fine.
Yeah.
Doing great. Thank you very much. It's all good. We're here. Let's see what happened. What happened last week besides Bike Hell? Bike Hell continuing. I want to strangle my past self because I'm like, you know what? Arttober. I'm going to make my own prompt list. This is fine. Now that I've made my own prompt list, I have to like carry through with it.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. And it's only day 13 and I want to die.
Oh no.
Why did I think this was a good idea? I guess to be fair, I am doing like fully illustrated illustrations because why? Because I'm a type A personality. Mm-hmm.
Yep. It's true. I should have had you plan out my trip. I feel like you would have been more prepared than I was. But we're like,
I get over prepared. And I'm like, Alex, guess which 15 museums we're going to, but here's also 15 different coffee places around there for you. I love that. I got this.
I love that for you.
I make her go to all the museums and all the ghost tours because that's all I want to do ever.
I love that.
I think that we can travel again. We need to go to museums and ghost tours.
I'm like, next time I go to Vegas or something, I'll take you with me.
Please!
Yes.
Pretty please. Cool. Yes. Well, my friend, since we're here, since we are queer,
we are.
Since I'm in Bike Hell and you are Vanessa Hudgens, Women Love Women Double. Can I tell you a story?
Yeah!
Okay, so this one I am very excited about. Oh, guys, it's episode 30.
We're at 30.
That's also why I'm excited. Did you think we'd get here?
No.
This is crazy business. I'm like, how did we do 30 stories? How did I type up 30 notes? How did I edit 30 episodes?
I don't know. How did I survive 30 episodes of not knowing what I'm doing?
We're doing great.
That's what I ask all the time.
We're thriving, guys. I don't know how to run a social media platform, but we're thriving. It's fine.
Yeah. I don't know how to answer messages, but we're thriving.
The podcasts that are like on it and like constantly posting stuff, I'm like, how? My 15 brain cells can't do it.
Yeah, 15? That's like 15 more than I have.
You can have 7.5 of mine.
Nice.
See, therefore, we are still sharing the same brain cells.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one that's in Bike Hell.
You're welcome. So I don't think you'll be able to guess mine because what happened, I was just sitting at my desk one day and I'm like, I wonder if people have ever seen ghosts related to the Titanic. I looked it up. Not like, I thought I'd maybe find like a few things here and there. There's so much. There's so much.
Is this because you want to go to that Titanic exhibition that you were looking at?
This is why I want to go to the Titanic exhibition. I found this first and then found out about the Titanic exhibition. So this is more me being like, what if? And then I found it and I was like, holy fuck, here's 7 pages of everything. Because bonkers. It's so, I'm excited for this one. It's really cool. It's really fun. So kind of the way I'm going to do this one is I'll give you a quick overview of the Titanic. Side note, I was watching 2 11-year-olds like 2 weeks ago.
That's right.
And I was telling them about that Titanic. And one of them was like, oh, that was real? It wasn't just a movie? I'm like...
It wasn't just Kate Winslet's titties? That's all I remember about them. That's all I remember from that movie is titties.
That's all I need to remember. What more do you need?
And then it just like resonated with me. I was like, this is my favorite movie. And then I saw Selena and I was like, this is my favorite movie.
Me with 16 Candles. My mom let me watch it. And I was like, boobs? Boobs? Boobies? I'm not gay. I am gay. So, I'm going to kind of give you an overview of the real Titanic, not the one from the, you know, that made me laugh. And then first off, there was a weird amount of premonition and psychic phenomena related even before it sank. So people like having predictions and like, it's weird. It's fucking weird because I never knew about any of these. And I was like, holy shit.
Question.
And then I'm going to get into some hauntings. Yes.
Question. How many pages are your notes?
Don't worry about it. Like I said last episode, my middle name is 7 fucking pages, so it's fun though. I'm very excited to tell you this one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. This is fun research. Okay. So all right, my listeners. All right. My Vanessa Hudgens Women Love Women double.
Me.
So, the RMS Titanic was a British passenger liner operated by the White Star Line that sank in the North Atlantic Ocean in the early morning hours of April 15th, 1912. So I know I remember the anniversary. I was in school. I'm like, oh, this is the day the Titanic sank. Fun fact.
You're so cute. I could see like a little 3rd grade you being like, Titanic.
I was in high school. Grade, I think I was like a freshman, but
okay, but
same
like
high as the 3rd grader, basically.
Still the same image in my head. Now with a bigger backpack.
You're not wrong. Fucking love history. So yeah, where was I? Oh yeah, so it sank April 15th, 1912, after striking an iceberg during her maiden voyage from Southampton to New York City. Of the estimated 2,224 passengers and crew aboard, more than 1,500 died. It's a lot.
That's a lot.
Making the sinking one of modern history's deadliest peacetime commercial maritime disasters. Say that 5 minutes fast.
No, thank you.
Like, I don't think I ever realized like how many people die. They die.
Yeah, it was a big boat.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, big ass boat. So the Titanic was under the command of Captain Edward Smith, who also went down with the ship. You know, as all who've seen the fake movie know. Although the Titanic had advanced safety features such as watertight compartments and remotely activated watertight doors, it only carried 20 lifeboats. Enough for 1,178 people.
Only for the 1%.
1%. About half the number on board due to maritime... So, where was it? Oh, so enough for that many people, which was about half the number on board due to maritime safety regulations of those days. Although only 710 people would make it to the boats and survive. So it could fit over 1,000, but only 710 made it to the boats. And so they could have actually fit a ton more. And they had some more on the ship originally on the deck. Before they set sail, they chose to take them off because they ruined the look of like the deck. They're like, it's not aesthetically pleasing.
No, the aesthetic was ruined and so people died.
Literally.
Oh my God.
What's also crazy is that they did have more lifeboats than was like regulated. Yeah.
It's yet not enough.
Yeah, clearly not enough. Which is kind of crazy because it was built like a warship basically. And so they marked like the whole marketing of it was like, it's unsinkable. Really, like you can't sink in this.
The irony.
Which, side note, there is a lot of theories that if it had hit the Titanic head on, it would have survived. But because they tried to steer too late, it cut through the sides and it cut through, I think, 5 of the 6 watertight doors. And so that's why it sank and kind of broke.
It just made like pretty much a compartment for it to just pour all that water and to sink it all in.
Basically. And it was weird. Apparently people that were on the ship, they didn't even feel anything when it hit. Like, isn't that crazy?
That is weird.
Like, people were sleeping through it, and then they would get up from their bed, and they're like, oh, what's going on? And it was like a giant fucking telephone when it was sinking, because they're like, oh, the captain said it wouldn't sink. Go back, it's fine. Because people would be like, should we go to, like, the top deck and, like, maybe get on a lifeboat? Which a ton of people, they chose to stay on the ship because the lifeboats looked more precarious than the ship sinking, which is crazy to me. It's crazy. Isn't that weird? Bonkers.
No, I don't trust people, so.
No. And so, you know, as they could have fit, you know, more passengers in the lifeboats, but, you know, it was like.
They were just like, I've heard from my aunts that it's safer to stay on the boat, so I'm going to stay on the boat.
Literally. And then they got like a few people onto the boats, and then they'd be like swimming off. And then, okay, I will give James Cameron this. A lot of the ways it went down when it was sinking did actually happen. Mm-hmm. Like, people are getting shot. Like, a lot of the bodies they found were like really broken just from the ship breaking apart so like violently. But my girl, so I can't remember how long it's been since you've seen the movie, but do you remember the unsinkable Molly Brown? I think in the movie they're like, she's new money. Uh-huh.
I will tell you this. It's been at least 23 or 24, 22 or 23 years since I've seen that movie.
Okay, fair. Alex wants us to rewatch it, so I guess we got to rewatch it. Watch me point out historical inaccuracies, because that's what I love to do. Did that while we watched The Mummy the other night. But so I learned more about my girl Molly. She was so fucking cool. So she was like getting more people onto the boats, and to the point where like someone actually took her from behind, like threw her on a boat herself because she wasn't like ready to get on. And when she was on a boat, they're like sailing away, and she's like, no, go back. There's more people. We can fit more people. And the guy steering the little lifeboat's like, no, if we go back, they're going to tip it over. She's like, no. She takes the oar from him, points at him, and threatens to like push him off unless they go back.
I love that.
My fucking hero. I love her. So I just need you guys to know how cool she was. Because I learned that and I was like, holy shit. I don't think that was in the movie, and I don't know why.
All I remember is there was a door and titties.
A door and titties.
A door and titties.
There's the title. A door and titties. Only true fans will figure it out beforehand. So what's even crazier?
I'm a true fan.
Only fans. So this is also crazy. Following the disaster, so again, out of the, you know, over 1,500 that died, only 333 bodies were recovered after the sinking. Yeah. So a lot of the bodies, they went down with the ship because people were trapped. And, you know, the currents kind of quickly dispersed the bodies and wreckage across hundreds of miles, making them pretty difficult to recover. Mm-hmm. And so people that were in life vests, given the temperature of the night, I can't remember what it was exactly, but you had about 15 to 30 minutes to live. That was it.
I can't even decide on an outfit in that long.
Ooh, it's okay because you're dead. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. I'm like, well, if I'm going to be a ghost, what am I going to be wearing as a ghost?
We just don't fucking know.
We just won't know.
We just won't know. So
it's me getting ready to like take a shower, and I'm just sitting on the toilet on my phone watching TikToks as the water is just going for half an hour, and I'm dead.
You're dead.
I'm just dead.
So guys, think about that next time you're doing something for half an hour. You'd be dead. So that's how they were able to get a lot of the bodies, the ones that still had life. But the
life vest?
Yes, life vests are still attached. They were floating. Apparently, should I add this? I'm going to add this anyway because I'm a little tipsy and I'm a type A personality, so you need to know everything that I know. So apparently when people like first got on the scene, there was quite a few reports of people like, one guy was like, Yeah, it was, really gruesome. I kept seeing these moms holding their children and their babies, dead. I'm like, oh, okay. And apparently the people that survived as they were like sailing away from the ship, they're like, it sounds like hell because everyone's screaming and dying. I'm like, oh, okay. Did you need to know that? I don't know. It's fine. But by June, one of the last search ships reported that life jackets supporting bodies were coming apart and releasing bodies to sink. So this is in April. By June, like the little ties are coming undone, and then the bodies they sink in. Fun stuff. So, are you ready to hear about some premonitions and psychic phenomena? Yes.
Yes, I am. I gotta think about it. Do I really? Yes.
Here are some incidents of unexplained psychic phenomena associated with the Titanic. So, our first runner-up here is futility. So, the most famous example is the disaster novel Futility, which was published 14 years before the Titanic set sail. Get ready. The book's plot involved the world's largest luxury liner called Titan. It carried all kinds of passengers but held few lifeboats, later sinking in the North Atlantic after colliding with an iceberg. I shit you not.
Premonition who?
Premonition's like 14 years. And so the book's author, a maritime expert named Morgan Robertson, he was like, no, I do not have any psychic abilities. I don't believe in any of that shit. It's no, none of that. And so he claimed that he was merely educated on when it came to ships and the sea and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What's weird though is that I think this guy had psychic abilities, but either didn't
know
or didn't want to acknowledge. Because he also,
I know people like that.
Yeah, because this motherfucker, he also wrote another book specifically about World War II starting with Japan bombing America. Like, it had Pearl in the name too. It was fucking crazy. Like, it's a little too big of a coincidence there, buddy. Like, I don't know about that.
Or maybe people like were reading that book and like, you know what? That's a great idea. Not a good idea, not for real, but like maybe that's what they thought at the same time though.
Boom, perfect. So he's like, I'm not psychic, but we know the truth. Like, that's Uncanny Valley. So, but still, there were many uncanny and very specific similarities between the events Robinson dreamed up and the very real Titanic disaster. These included the virtually identical names, the fact that both of the ships were deemed practically unsinkable, and both suffered a fatal iceberg impact on their starboard side, 400 nautical miles from Newfoundland on an April night. So, like, you can't tell me that's not psychic bullshit, because
that's a lot of stuff adding up.
If that's a coincidence, I will eat my own shoe.
Which
jocks.
One? Oh. Mm-hmm. Which one?
My left one.
Ooh.
So that's how.
I'll give you another left dock.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
So sweet.
Just to make up for the one that you eat.
But I won't eat it because I'm right.
You're right.
So, Robertson wasn't the only fiction writer to pre-imagine certain aspects of the Titanic story, though. So, Raise the Titanic in 1976, nearly a decade before the wreck was actually found, adventure novelist Clive Cussler wrote about the discovery in his popular book, Raise the Titanic. And although the massive ship, which was almost 900 feet long and constructed of steel, would have presumably been easy to find, they couldn't fucking find it. And they knew exactly where it sank, too. It took them almost 100 years. It was bonkers.
Yeah.
So Cussler chose to have his fictional scientists stumble upon one of the vessel's much smaller cast-off boilers. So think of the tall pipes at the top. He's like, in his book, he's like, they're going to find one of those accidentally. Then, almost 10 years later, life would mirror fiction. So it was the early morning of September 1st, 1985, when the 43-year-old Dr. Robert Ballard was aboard the research vessel Knorr. Ballard had led the ship to the North Atlantic in search for the long-lost wreck of the Titanic. But despite combing the seafloor for more than a week, the team's camera-outfitted robot had yet to find anything. But it was then on the Knorr's on-duty watch team found something on their robot's live feed of the seafloor. The footage was dim and grainy, but the metal object it showed was unmistakable. One of the Titanic's boilers! Yeah, so
What?
Ballard and his crew erupted in cheers and applause. Someone opened a bottle of champagne for a toast, but the mood suddenly darkened when they noticed that it was nearly 2:20 a.m. The exact time the ocean liner had sunk and taken more than 1,500 passengers and crew to their deaths. The thought of it hit Ballard like a shock. Quote, "We were embarrassed we were celebrating, and all of a sudden we realized that we should not be dancing on someone's grave." End quote. Like, that's spooky to find it at that time. Like, ooh.
That's so creepy. I would not like that.
So I'm glad they were like, wait, maybe we shouldn't.
Let's wait a couple minutes before we pop the champagne.
Boom, done. So, moving on to the passengers themselves. Chief Officer Henry Wilde was a last-minute addition to the Titanic's crew. Having joined the voyage prior to the steamer's departure from Southampton, but from all accounts, Wilde wasn't too thrilled about his latest assignment. While on board Titanic, he wrote his sister a letter, and it was mailed during the ship's final stopover in Ireland, before it would have sunk, where he said, quote, "I still don't like this ship. I have a queer feeling about it," end quote. Wilde went on to be one of the Titanic's victims. So, in my mind, I'm like, man, I want a gay ship.
Is that why it sank?
We have She-Ra. It's fine. Don't worry about it. We have Yuri on Ice. It's fine. Don't worry about it. The gays are starving. It's fine.
Yuri on Ice was ahead of its time.
Truly, I was shocked every episode. Ooh. So, as an interesting side note, Wilde's very presence on the ship may have actually contributed to the disaster. So, to accommodate his hiring, the White Star Line ended up demoting several other officers, even going so far as to let one go. This, ultimately lucky officer was David Blair. He joined the ship in Belfast and served during the Titanic's sea trials, so when they're testing it out. However, when Blair was unceremoniously removed from the ship prior to the voyage, he either inadvertently or maybe purposefully, we don't know, took with him the key to the officer's cupboard that contained, among other things, the binoculars intended to be used by the Titanic's lookout. So while at sea, the remaining ship's officers were unwilling or unable to break open the cupboard. Therefore, the men in the crow's nest were forced to perform their duties, scanning the water in front of the vessel for icebergs without any binoculars. And so, it didn't turn out.
No one brought their own?
I guess not. I don't know why. Maybe some opera glasses. There's no bridges. Ooh, other fun fact. The richest person on the Titanic actually did not survive. He done drowned.
Good.
I thought that was interesting.
That's good. There was no special privilege for him.
Mm-mm. Which other side note? Sorry, here's all my fun facts from my 2 weeks of research. So apparently the Titanic, it was a very luxury liner, but also affordable. Because before that, if you were a third-class passenger, if you needed to get somewhere, you could go on a ship. You could afford it. You would be in the very bottom of the ship. There's no beds. There's no rooms. You are standing with everyone else in a single room for a week. So with the Titanic, you could have your own room. And that was super fucking cool.
That's good.
So I thought that was crazy. I was like, wow.
That's nice of them. They didn't prioritize the rich, and they gave everyone a room. That's good.
I mean, they sort of prioritized the rich.
You know what? As long as he drowned, I'm fine.
Okay, we're good. I mean, did I write down the... It'll come in later, but I actually looked at the roster because I needed to verify something else when it comes to ghosts. I think it was 57 children died. And majority of them were in the third class. I think only like one of the first class kids died, if I remember right.
Sad.
Crazy, huh?
That is crazy.
So where was I? So after the sinking, Blair took the key. So the key remained in the possession of the Blair family for years, and in 2007, it was sold at auction for more than $150,000.
This is why everyone died.
I mean,
it's literally why most everyone died.
If I was a rich bitch, I would be, because I would be collecting some historical memorabilia. Only good stuff, though. No Nazi stuff. No. You know me.
And like Egyptian stuff that they stole from their tombs.
Mm-mm. Nope. What do I want? What I actually want, you know what? I'll get to that later.
It's gonna be like Amelia Earhart memorabilia.
Okay, actually, wait. Is this the episode to go on that tangent? Really, 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 really. So Amelia Earhart, she actually had her own fashion line for a while. Only thing is that happened in the 30s, so it didn't take off because of the Great Depression. But so you could still get some of her luggage. That is her brand name luggage on certain sites, and I want one really bad. Okay, back to the Titanic. Okay, I love history. Okay. So, another of the Titanic's victims, retired U.S. Army Major and Presidential Advisor Archibald Butt.
Me.
Butt. Your butt?
Yeah.
Nice. So, he was a first-class passenger returning home after a 6-week vacation in Europe. Prior to the voyage, Butt was reportedly so uneasy about it that he contacted his lawyer to create his last will and testament. He even wrote his sister about it, saying, quote, "If the old ship sinks, my affairs are in order." End quote. You know, he was a victim. He died. He done drowned too. Are you ready to hear about some last minute cancellations?
Mm-hmm.
So, premonitions of the disaster weren't just limited to victims. According to the noted Titanic historian and author J.P. Eaton, at least 50 would-be passengers or crew members canceled at the last minute.
What?
Perhaps the most notable of these were ticketed first-class passengers George and Edith Vanderbilt, who had refused to get on the ship so late in the game that their luggage was actually already on board, and there wasn't time to remove it. So the Vanderbilts ended up ordering one of their servants, Edwin Wheeler, to accompany the trunks to New York. Although, unfortunately, Wheeler and the Vanderbilts' luggage never made it.
Sad.
I know. Like, Jesus Christ. They're like, hey, Wheeler, go stay with our trunks. Make sure they don't sink. Then boom, they sink.
And then they did. Sad.
I know. So another tale of Titanic premonition comes from survivor Renee Harris, who claimed that shortly after the voyage began, a handsome stranger approached her on deck and asked her if she loved life. When Harris responded, yes, the man reportedly said, quote, "Then you will get off the ship at Cherbourg if we get that far. That's what I'm going to do." End quote. So she's on deck. This guy stranger approaches her. He's like, "Do you love life?" She's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Then get off the fucking ship."
Did she?
Yeah, she did. She survived.
She got off at that. She got off at that stop, like because
Weird.
of him.
Yeah, crazy.
Okay, I was just like, and just in case, like she got off like with the ship, like on like a lifeboat or something. I'm just.
Oh wait, let's see. So the man apparently made good on his promise because she never saw him again. Unfortunately, Harris chose not to heed the warning. She and her husband remained on the ship, but only she survived. Okay, that's what I thought. I'm like, she lived, but girl, no. Okay, are you ready to hear about some hauntings?
Yeah.
Okay. So, first on our...
in all the gay ways.
Oh, that is long. How much should I write? Don't worry about it. It's fine. They're all interesting.
I believe it.
So, first on our roster here. A ghostly tour took place on the SS Winterhaven, so separate ship, in 1977. Second Officer Leonard Bishop of the SS Winterhaven gave a tour of the ship to a man who he assumed was a passenger. So this was like, I think, a docked ship at the time, and a guy was on. He's like, oh, wait, maybe it was sailing. Okay, I guess the ship would be sailing then, because then this passenger's on and finds the captain's like, hey, can you give me a tour? And the captain's like, okay, sure. I don't have anything else better to do, apparently, because I'm a captain. I don't know. Anyway.
As captains do.
As captains do. So the British man was very soft-spoken and extremely interested in every detail of the vessel. Almost unusually so.
Like you?
Me! Literally me on any given tour. I'm at the front. I'm getting my money's worth. I'm mentally correcting the person in my head. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm
passive-aggressively doing it also at them.
More like I pull Alex down. I'm like, no, wrong. It's actually this. I'm great to be around all the time. So
I love it.
I love you. Aww. So our British man, soft-spoken, me. I'm the British man. Show me every detail in the ship. Thank you very much.
Yes.
So Bishop, the captain, found the man to be a bit strange, but not unpleasant, just odd. It wasn't until a few years later, after seeing a photo of Titanic Captain Edward John Smith, that Bishop realized why the situation felt so off. Bishop explained to a friend, I know him. I gave him a tour on my boat. The friend laughed and informed Bishop that the man had been long dead. Quote, that man was the captain of the Titanic. End quote.
Wouldn't you wish to be that person?
Oh, 100%. Can you imagine me at a party? So I gave a tour to a ghost. Listen.
You would.
I would. Oh, the dream. I want to be that. One day. So, this is really cool too. Even spookier. People aboard ships passing the site where the Titanic went down have reported mysterious balls of light believed to be spirit orbs. So they're just hovering in the area, and this has been reported on multiple occasions. And I guess people that are, more nautically advanced and sail often, they know the site. But even people that haven't really been on, there's kind of on, they're like, what are all those fucking orbs doing over there? Who's having a light show? Who's having a rave over there? And they're like, oh, that's where the Titanic sank. They're like, can I go over there and rave?
Can you go rave with the ghost?
I want to go rave with the ghost. They never got. They didn't live to see raves. I want to go bring the raves to them.
You're so kind.
Mm-hmm. We have a ghost rave with me.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. So, I forgot about this. This is so cool. So, furthermore, submarines sailing near the site have reported hearing strange signals and interference on their radios, including SOS messages that have no verifiable source. When the code is deciphered, it reportedly says CQD, which means come, quick, danger. This is even spookier because this code has not been used by ships for decades. And this message was the exact one that the Titanic sent out when it was sinking. So they'll have submarines go by and they'll get this Morse code message and they're like, where the fuck is this coming from? And they can't find it. And it says CQD, which no ships use anymore. Like,
that's so crazy.
Like, it was when the Titanic was sailing that they were like first using SOS. That was a new fucking thing. Like,
that's crazy.
That one got me. I was like, holy fuck, that's so cool. So my juice is gone and now I have maraschino cherries. I will eat those in a bit because I can't get that open. So
I've got pineapples.
Oh, you have a spoon. Fuck me. I'll go grab a spoon in a bit. So this is why I want to go to the Titanic exhibition so fucking bad. So there is... Oh, I guess first off I'll tell you. There is the Titanic Artifact exhibition at the Luxor Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. That's fucking haunted. So that's kind of the traveling one, and it's been in Vegas for a while. It'll open back up soon, and so we're gonna go, and I can point out all the ghosts. But there is also, in Illinois, a Titanic museum. It is shaped like the Titanic, and it has an iceberg out in front. I'll just send you a picture of this later, because I saw it, I was like,
do it.
Fuck.
Do it. We'll go to both.
Please, please, please. And I have to tell you the artifact that the Titanic Museum got recently. This year, do you want to know what it was?
What is
Fucking
it?
bonkers. So, you know how, and this is the movie got this right. So as the ship was sinking, the band did in fact play as it was going down. Moo's ready.
Moo moo.
He's excited.
He's so excited. He's all like, I was on that ship. That was me. Was that you?
Were you the boy?
He was the boy playing the violin to the end.
They have the fucking violin. That's it. That was spooky. How did you know?
I did it! That's so crazy! Momo, they have your violin. They have your violin.
There he is. Moo, what was it like?
There's the boy.
What was it like, buddy? So
no thoughts.
Head empty.
Head empty.
It was too long ago. So
long
they
ago.
had the fucking violin, and I told my brother this. He's like, how do they know it's the real one? How did they even get it? And I'm like, that's a good question. So hyperfixation kicked in. I went in deep dive. Apparently,
yeah.
I can't remember his name because I'm terrible. I think
I
think there's an Eddie in it. I feel bad. I'm sorry, man. So his body was one of the ones recovered. So as it was sinking, what he must have done was he must have put his violin back in his leather case and held onto it. Because when they found the bodies that they got, the 333, what they did is they wrote down a description of what they had with them as well in case they need to be later identified. And so when they found his body, they wrote down he was carrying a music case with him. So I guess just in rigor mortis, it had frozen to him. And so when they got him and he floated about, he was still holding his little music case. And even his mom was like, yeah, no, he fucking loved his violin. His violin is everything. And
violin is life.
Violin is life. Where's the violin anime?
I don't want to watch it. It seems like it'd be very sad.
Wait, Your Lie in April. Doesn't have fuck. Anyway.
You can't make me watch it.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. It's fine. Just Titanic. So I guess
Titanic anime.
There's a Titanic animated movie. Anyway, I'll tell you about that later.
Oh.
So he had a fiance at the time. Apparently, when they recovered his body, I guess she knew enough people that they were able to get his violin back to her, since that was her, the fiance. They're like, oh, you should probably, have this.
Yeah.
So she had it in her family for years, and it was only recently that it went up for auction.
That's crazy.
Want to know how much it was?
How much?
It was $17 million. And
makes sense.
It makes sense because they underwent all these tests to figure out if it was the real one, and it had been submerged in salt water for a certain amount of time. It was the right year. It was all these things. It's holy fuck, this is the one that he played as the Titanic sunk. And so you can go see it in Illinois. Where was I? I thought that was interesting, so now everyone else has to know.
Crazy. Yeah, I love that.
Bonkers. So
I love it so much.
I don't know if that museum is haunted. Most likely, it's gotta be. It has to be. But the Titanic artifact exhibition is very haunted. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Now that I've taken you on so many different side loop tracks, it's fine. This is a problem for future editing, Kate. I'm sorry myself. Forgive me. So
you're right on track.
First off, wait, should I? Okay. So let me explain the exhibition for you. It's so fucking cool. I looked at so many pictures. We have to go. So they have recreations of a lot of the things that you can go and see. They have a recreation of the grand staircase along with an actual piece of the grand staircase. They have a recreation of the deck. It's in a room, and it's the same temperature it was during that night. And you go in.
Is that where we're supposed to do the three-way?
Yes.
The throuple.
Please, for the love of God, that's all I want. Both that and then on the stairs as well, like a awkward prom photo. That's what I want.
Can I be in the background tripping with you and Alex posing together?
You're the ghost.
I'm the ghost tripping and falling.
Please, that's all I want. So they have those two. They also have a big old iceberg that you can touch.
Ooh, can I lick it?
Maybe not now with COVID, but before probably. And then they also have both, what's the name?
Wet t-shirts?
Sorry, did you say wet t-shirts?
That's what I heard. Wet. That's where my mind went.
A wet t-shirt contest on the Titanic.
Cold, icy salt water thrown at you.
Kate wins on spoofs. She wins. We're having fun, guys. So there's a difference between historic memorabilia and artifacts. So with the Titanic, historical memorabilia would be like, let's say I'm a first-class passenger. I'm wearing a hat. I wear it when I get off the Titanic. I get off. I still have that hat. Since I wore that as the Titanic was sinking, that is now historical memorabilia. Mm-hmm. So anyone can own that. I could own that if I ever had money. And then artifacts are things recovered from the site.
The actual site.
Yeah.
Where the things that didn't make it.
Exactly. So no one is legally allowed to own those. Only museums can. Which is pretty cool in my opinion. I'm like, okay.
That's good.
I can see everything.
Preserve the art.
Preserve the art.
Not art, history. Preserve the history.
Life imitates art. According to the 2 fucking novels, yeah?
And Yuri on Ice.
Cheers.
When is it going to imitate life? Where is life going to imitate that art?
Figure skaters. Hello? Okay, now that I've given you a nice description of the exhibition that we absolutely have to go to, because duh. So, first off, they apparently see a ghost wandering its grand staircase. This is a common fucking sighting. So, employees and guests alike have seen a mysterious woman. She wears a black period dress with a white collar and her hair in a bun. So she's just, I think, getting her steps in or something, just on that staircase. Feeling fancy. Love that.
Me.
What's spooky is, on one occasion, a photographer prepped the opening of... So on one occasion, as a photographer prepped for the opening of the exhibition, he spotted the woman casually walking down the grand staircase. He was startled, as he hadn't seen anyone enter. Who's calling me? Don't call me, I'm recording. So he hadn't seen anyone enter, and the staircase was roped off. He assumed that she was just part of the exhibit, since she was dressed up, and he asked if she'd like him to photograph her. She ignored him, and so he went back to setting up. But suddenly, she was directly behind him. Again, Again, he offered a photograph, and this time she didn't just ignore him, she vanished. Which, like, kudos to this guy for keeping his cool. If a lady...
I wouldn't have been able to keep my cool.
You still want that picture? And she's like, poof, bitch.
That's one way to ghost someone.
Oh, I wish I could give you a high five, but I can't. Damn it. The cyber high five. There we go. Boom. So she's a common sighting there. So the ghosts have also been known to take portraits off of the walls. So the exhibit... I said that weird. So the exhibit... Exhibit.
Exhibit?
Jesus, fuck.
Exhibit.
Planetarium.
Penitentiary.
Someone delete me, please, and thank you.
No.
So
you're not allowed to.
Okay, deal. So at the exhibit, there is a portrait of Bruce Ismay, one of the Titanic's builders. He apparently fled the sinking of the ship, leaving women and children behind. So think of eyelash guy in Titanic. Billy Zane or something. He's wearing a wig in that movie. Fun fact. That is a wig. You can look it up.
I need to rewatch that movie.
Let's rewatch it. Alex really wants to. Let's make her dreams come true. So,
okay.
Witnesses on the lifeboats claim that he kept his back to the ship as it sank. And allegedly, he was the one insisting that the ship should speed up after receiving ice warnings. So before it actually sank, they received some warnings from some ships that had gone up ahead. They're like, hey, there's some icebergs. Maybe y'all slow down. But they're making pretty good time. And everyone's like, pussies. Let's just keep going.
It's like when you're at a yellow light and you see people speed up and you're like, you're going to still have to stop. There's no point in speeding up right now. You're just going to have to stop harder and to be harsh on your brakes. Like, chill out.
Man, if only you could have given the Titanic all of your advice.
I'm
Just like
talking about
Selena.
myself.
Just like Selena, you could have single-handedly saved them
I
all.
could have stopped them all.
So they have a
Little
portrait.
5-year-old me.
Oh yeah, you'd be a force to be reckoned with. So they have a portrait of him. The ghosts at the exhibit, because they have both artifacts and memorabilia, so, you know, people would be attached to that. Makes sense. The ghosts do not like him.
Understandable.
So one early morning, as the crew came in to open the exhibit, they found the portrait of Ismay on the floor. The manager watched the surveillance video from the night before and was stunned to see the picture begin shaking before coming off the wall on its own. So I kind of love that, though, that the ghosts are like, yeet, this bitch empty. This bitch left us. Bye.
Yeah. This bitch heart empty.
This bitch heart empty.
Like this cup.
Cheers. Boom. So, along with this, museum staffers are poked and prodded by unseen hands. According to staff and visitors, eerie sounds can be heard. Most people are overcome with uneasy feelings, and actual sightings of ghostly specters have all been reported. So you go there, you'll get poked, you'll hear some weird fucking noises, and then you'll feel uneasy, which would make sense with all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I can already tell you, I can imagine both of us kind of feeling a little dreary, and then Alex is like, I feel fucking fine. We're both like, Alex, we're going through. Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys. Audio just stopped. Oh, again, I don't know if that's good or bad.
I can't even see your face anymore. I just see a map of where you live.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Maybe try reloading your page, because I can see you.
I'm gonna take a picture really quick. Be like, "Ooh, that's you. That's you.
That's me." Guys, sometimes we get frozen in the best times. It's very fun. I'm sweaty.
I'll be back.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Mwah. Can eat my cherries now. We're back again for I don't know what time. Everything's fine. I'm in Bike Hill, the Titanic. Ready.
And I'm Vanessa Hudgens, Woman Loving Woman, double 2.0 now.
2.0? Ooh. I love that.
We've upgraded. Every
Damn,
time I have
bitch.
to leave, I come back stronger.
That's all I want ever. Okay, cool. So, yeah, they're like, yeet this bitch, goodbye. Boom. Next up. We're almost there. It's fine. Where did I leave off? So, artifacts expert Joe Zimmer seems to attract quite a bit of attention from these supposed spirits. He says that he's had his name called and his hair and clothing tugged on. All followed by the sounds of laughter. And late at night, Zimmer reports hearing a phantom orchestra play. Ooh, that was cool. One of the most common occurrences from visitors after their tours. One of the most common occurrences comes from visitors. So after their tours, they'll ask the staff about the reenactment actor in the suit. Because they'll have, at the exhibit, they'll have reenactment actors sometimes that are the tour guides as well. Which is pretty fucking cool. Love that.
So it's a lot different than like other people who are like, who are those actors in this house? And they're like, oh, there's no actors in this house, but they actually have actors.
They do. Okay,
here's the thing. But they don't have anyone acting as him. Exactly where I was thinking.
So after the tours, they'll ask the staff about the reenactment actor in the suit. When the staff questions who they're talking about, they'll say, oh, you know, the one that was standing in the corner not saying anything.
You know, that creepy guy over there that's getting paid to do nothing.
The one that, like, looks pretty, like, just on par, really, you know, historically accurate. He's just really stoic. I love that.
The one who, like, walks into that portrait of himself.
You know, I love that. God, Alex would see that and she'd be like, oh, that's really good CGI. And she'd be the only one to see it. God. Fuck.
Like, you know that CGI part where that guy walked into the wall, right?
And then both you and I's heads turn. We're like, excuse me.
Me with my thing of salt, being like ready to salt some stuff.
Me with my little spirit box ready to invite everything in. We're fine.
And me trying to like get them to leave.
We make a great ghost.
That's the difference between us is like,
oh, I'm tired.
We're there to like see them, but then I'm like, go. Go away.
I'm like, talk to me forever, please and thank you.
And I'm like,
okay, so
I'm an introvert. Leave me.
I guess that's like a super common occurrence. They're like, oh yeah, who's like that new person? They're like, no docents are here today, sir. Sorry. So there's also the ghost of the Titanic's lookout, and he is often seen at the promenade deck, and that's the deck that is made to look like how it was that night, chilly. So Frederick Fleet is his name. He was a British sailor and served as the lookout aboard the Titanic. He spotted the deadly iceberg and warned the bridge. Tragically, it was too late. The ship was going too fast to avoid a collision, and so Fleet actually survived the sinking of the Titanic, but not his own. Bless you, Gesundheit. So I guess after his wife's death, just after Christmas in 1964, he was evicted by his brother-in-law, and then he hung himself in the garden. His grave actually went unmarked until the Titanic Historical Society erected a headstone for him in 1993. So it appears his spirit's, not at rest.
Mm-hmm.
However, witnesses have claimed to see him keeping watch over the Las Vegas exhibition's promenade deck, perhaps driven by his guilt to keep watch even in death. So I thought that was interesting of like surviving and then coming back.
That survivor guilt really got to him.
That would be rough.
Yeah.
It'd be rough.
I can't even imagine being that person.
No thanks. I'm good. Solid. Ooh, there's also an exhibitor touched from beyond the grave. So while visiting family in Missouri, a teenager went to the traveling Titanic exhibit and had a brush with the paranormal. According to her, this is what happened. So she actually wrote her story online. And I was able to find it. Quote, "We were walking through a hallway to get to the artifacts, and I was behind everyone. I suddenly felt a soft tug at the back of my t-shirt. I turned around to see who the culprit was, but the hallway was absolutely empty. I quickly faced forward to catch the potential trickster, but no one was sneaking away, and everyone in front of me was far ahead." So,
oof.
Guess you're walking down the hallway, something tugs your shirt, nothing's there.
Don't like
that. Would happen to Alex, and she'd be like, that breeze.
That very aggressive breeze that just tugged on me.
That strong gust of wind inside a museum. God. She'd be the only fucking one to see a ghost in. It's fine. Anyway. So another instance occurred when one of the tour guides was giving a tour. So she was dressed up in a 1900s dress and hat. And so imagine just Titanic era. The hat was very large because the hats were big back then, and I love this.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was actually pinned into her hair because that's what you would do. She wasn't wearing a wig. It was secure in there because it needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So
can't let that blow away.
You can't let that blow away. No. So as she was giving a tour, she felt as though something bumped the top of her hat and pushed the rim up, almost as if she had bumped into a wall, but there was nothing there. She's like, that's kind of weird. And so she set it back in place and continued the tour. Just didn't think much of it.
Uh-huh.
And a few minutes later, something knocked her hat off completely, and she actually had to go and catch it. Midair. It's yeet.
Oof.
Boosh. And then it occurred to her, she's like, oh, the ghost want attention. I haven't talked to the ghost today. So I guess the people that have worked at the exhibit for long enough, they know that, the ghosts there just want some recognition. They just want some attention, which makes sense. So it's actually really cool that, it seems like the people there working there that are actually, super chill. And are like, oh, hey, what's up? How are you guys doing today?
I guess, yeah. That you would be.
I absolutely. I guess there's another small instance I didn't write down, but it seemed fun, where they had a sign-in sheet for the employees, and there was a pencil by it, and this would happen every day. You would go to sign in, put the pencil down, the pencil would knock off. You're like, okay. You put it back on the table. It knocks off again. You're like, okay. You put it back on the table. Then it flies off, and you're like, oh, the ghost want attention. Okay, hello. How are you doing today? Because
once you clock in, you gotta help and recognize the ghosts.
I would love that personally. You know this. Because I found an interview with a gal that had worked there for many, many years, and it was just so interesting actually hearing her experiences. She's like, yeah, just The ghosts just want attention. I'm like, I get it.
Do they have names?
One of them has a name. Remember how I said I checked the roster? So, where was I? Okay, so yeah, the hat happened. Ooh. This is another cool thing. So, at the exhibit, there is an actual piece of the Titanic that has been treated so visitors can touch it. And then they also have another piece that's like a part of the hull, and it's called the big little piece. But you can go and look at it, which is fucking bonkers to me. But there's another part you can touch, because it's been treated, so you can touch part of the fucking Titanic. How cool is that?
That's crazy.
Oh, I'm gonna be like a fucking 6-year-old on Adderall when we go. Which is...
Oh. I can't wait for that day.
It'll be a fun time. Oh, I'm gonna find out
so fun.
Things. So with this piece. On one occasion, a family was there with their young daughter. The mother had the daughter touch the piece. But that's when her daughter exclaimed, so she touched it, pulled her hand out, she said, "Mommy, I don't like it, it's wet." And the mama just touched it. And
it's someone else. Dry. Oh, I was gonna be like, did someone like lick their hand and then touch it?
No, I just think it's like kids being like extra in tune.
Yeah, I thought it was like a joke. Ooh. Like someone would just like.
Nope, that's just some ghost sweat, which will be me after I die, still sweating. You know, the usual.
I feel
we'll be,
that.
Such we're be sweaty ghosts together.
Yeah, aww. We're gonna go somewhere humid and then just sweat forever.
Oh, we're gonna be stinky. That'll be okay because
purgatory.
Stinky purgatory.
Yeah,
sweaty purgatory. Here we are. Oh, it'd be so fun. Okay, so it happened. We're almost there. We're almost done, guys. I promise. There's just so many ghosts. So cool. So, this one's weird. Mm-hmm. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So, on another occasion, staff walked in one morning to find a vacuum had been left plugged in and running. So they called the company that would come in at night and clean, and they asked them what happened. So he comes in, the vacuum's still running. She's like, what the fuck? Apparently, one of the women that was cleaning like normal, like she usually would, she was vacuuming the floor when she looked up, and that's when she saw a man. He was laying on an original deck chair from the Titanic that's kept behind glass. The man had his legs stretched out and was reading a paper. That's when the man looked up and tipped his hat to the woman. The woman was so freaked out that she booked it out of the building and left the vacuum plugged in. She's like, I'm not going back.
I would do the same thing.
So y'all thought the vacuum was a paranormal? Nah. Which is crazy so they have the only surviving Titanic deck chair. And then they also have one from the movie as well. I don't think that one's behind glass. But this one is. Mm-hmm. And I guess he's like a fairly common sighting, as people will see this guy just like reading a paper. Just, what's up?
Is it like the same paper from before? Like the same news? Nothing new happens. Just he's gonna.
Aw, should we bring him like a new news? Oh, that'd be sad news. Oh, can we bring him like some comics or something?
Bring him some like Sunday comics,
some Sunday funnies for the ghosts of the Titanic. Here we are. So, another one. So, another visitor had a ghostly experience. There was a woman who was touring the exhibition. She claimed that while hearing the original Morse code and seeing the words of the Titanic's distress call, she became overwhelmingly emotional. Her heart was pounding and she felt anxious and heartbroken as if she were the radio controller herself. Shaking and stick to her stomach, she began to cry. And so she walked away to get some air. Then she felt a hand on her shoulder and a male voice softly say, "It's okay." She assumed it was her friend and reached up to brush his hand, but realized no one was there. Could it have been the spirit of the radio controller, Jack Phillips? Spooky. So, like, to have that.
That's what you want. That's the actual experience that you want at the Titanic. That's what you want.
I want all of these. I want to touch some wet part of the Titanic.
You want to touch it and then channel some otherworldly energies from it.
Oh, that's all I fucking want.
I can see it.
We're going to have a fun-ass time, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What happens in Vegas is not going to stay in Vegas because we're going to talk about it forever.
oh yeah, we might bring something back with us. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
You'll bring something back. I won't.
You won't because you're smart.
I'm not going to do that.
No, you're absolutely 10 times smarter than I am. So that happens. As the exhibit has toured, more and more witnesses have come forward to report the unusual activity that they experienced while they viewed this exhibit.
Mm-hmm.
Many have reported hearing disembodied voices. Others state that they felt an eerie presence around them as they moved from one artifact to the next. And so it's not uncommon for spirits to attach themselves to objects, and considering the trauma that these passenger and crew faced, it's not surprising that it would stay. And they have it's some crazy items. Imagine clothing that has been submerged for so long, and things are
just frozen in time.
Yeah, fucking crazy.
I bet they were preserved really well though because of it.
Some of them were. The problem is now it's definitely, I think it was maybe 2 years ago. So they kind of make regular-ish trips down there to take pictures and observe everything. Mm-hmm. And I guess there was one famous spot of the captain's bathroom that has now disintegrated. That's gone. So it is
it's been a long time since they found it too.
Exactly. So it's in such a place, it's so deep that the pressure is so high. So too much pressure, and so it is starting to deteriorate, which is kind of crazy. Mm-hmm. It makes sense, but it's also kind of sad. But also I think it's legally considered a gravesite if I remember, mm-hmm. which usually happens with shipwrecks like that because mm-hmm. Over 1,500 bodies. It's fine.
Yeah.
So that, and then haunted items. So many others have reported feeling as if someone is watching them as they move around, various parts of the exhibition.
Uh-huh.
They reported that they feel this presence strongest when they stood next to specific items. One of the items was an old leather bag. And so Sci-Fi's Ghost Hunters, they came in and they visited the exhibit.
Exhibit?
Thank you. They visited on the 97th anniversary of the disaster. So their evidence included an interesting EVP. The two investigators asked the spirit, quote, "Do you want to leave?" The reply they heard later was, quote, "Now, please, wait," end quote. I don't know what that means, but it's kind of spooky.
It's yes or no. Yes or no.
I'm fickle. I don't know. It's kind of nice here, but also I'm dead. I don't know. So, to answer your question about these specific ghosts, are you ready?
Yes.
Funny enough, there is a ghost that haunts the gift shop. Many psychics have come forward and told staff about the young spirit of a little girl named Catherine. And even people that work there are like, oh, her name's Catherine. We don't know that much about her. And so I went and looked up. I did my research. They knew that she was a third-class passenger. Mm-hmm. Yeah, boy, I found who it was. I found who it fucking was. So I looked her up. And according to my research, the best of... according to the research that I did with the best of my abilities, I believe that she is the spirit of a girl named Catherine Nellie Johnston, who was a 7-year-old third-class passenger who went down with the ship. So Catherine is very playful, and she has been known to hang out in the gift shop and will often knock down books when she is bored. Apparently, those who work at the exhibit know to say good morning to Catherine when they first arrive and to say good night to her when they leave. If they forget to do this, all sorts of activity will occur, and the POS system will go down, lights will start flickering, and just all these other issues will happen. They're like, oh fuck, we forgot to say good morning to Catherine. But so she actually travels with the exhibit, which is crazy. And she just really likes the gift shop. And it's been multiple psychics that are like, hey, this little girl Catherine's just chilling here. But I guess she just wants to hang out and play. So I thought it was interesting that she was attached there and that I found her.
That's interesting.
And that is my extra long story on the paranormal side of the Titanic. With all of my extra facts because I felt like you should know them. Including dead babies, apparently. I don't know why. I'm sorry. You're welcome.
I feel that though.
Everything's fine. We're doing great.
It's fine. I'm really drunk. I'm really sleepy.
Me too. So what'd you think?
That was really good. I now actually want to see the exhibit more so instead of just for the photo shoot that you want to do with Alex and I.
Can I point out all of the things to you?
Yeah.
Like, hey, here's where they see the 15 ghosts.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Ugh, the dream.
We'll go the minute we find out when it's reopened.
I looked on their site. They said soon.
I'll set up a 3-day weekend where I can
I'll pay for your ticket. I'll pay for your tickets. I think it's like $35 a ticket. I'll pay for your ticket. I'll get you.
Okay.
I want to go so fucking bad.
I can tell. I'm like, I don't know whose car we're going to take, but mine's tiny, but I can probably get there.
If we all pitch in for gas, we could probably take mine. Because mine's big. It's just, it guzzles through gas like there's no fucking tomorrow.
Yeah, because mine, it'd be a quick ride with mine, but
that's true.
It's not going to be cozy in the back.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Titanic.
We can do it. We'll do it. That was such a good story.
Thank you. It was fun to research. I hadn't seen like other podcasts go over it. It was only like vlogs and stuff. I was like, oh, I'm ready. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I was really excited.
I was not expecting that at all.
Yes.
Even though I should have known with how much you were like, we gotta go to this Titanic exhibit. Like, as soon
I kept having to remind myself, I'm
like,
stop talking about it, Kate. Stop talking about it. Just gotta find out.
No, because I can't connect two dots together. I'm that kind of gay that's like, you'll flirt right at me, and then 10 years later, I'm like, wait a minute.
100%. I get it, though. Alex literally to my face was like, I am flirting with you. I'm like, ha. You're funny.
I did that to you
as
too,
friends.
though, when we were like, when I was trying to date you. I was like, I literally sent you a meme that was all like, I want you to be my girlfriend or something. I was like, if you were my girlfriend, I would be so happy.
Yeah,
we were really into South Park, and you're like, ha ha, friendship.
So listen, we're doing great, buddy. Doing fantastic.
I'm like,
see, do you need to take a quick break?
Yes.
Okay, guys.
I'm going to grab another water.
Woo, woo. I'm going to grab a little snack. Patty whack.
Do it.
Right, we will be right back.
Mm-hmm. I gotta send a snap.
Command shift. Of course. A snap, you say?
Yeah, I'm sending a snap. You're not crying, snap? I'm recording. That's what I have to tell.
I mean,
beautiful girl. That's what I have to tell her. I'm like, words. I gotta say
no
words. Words. They gotta make sense. That's a word. Nothing is typoed. Words are working. Hi. Hello.
Saying hello to Uwu.
Uwu. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hey, Kate.
Hello.
Hello, Kate.
Hello, V.
Hi. Do you want to hear a story?
I do want to hear a story. I'm excited.
Let me see if I can find it.
I have no idea what it is.
Me neither, because I forgot about it for a week.
Hello, welcome to our podcast. We are professionals.
I am not a professional.
Oh, we give you an air of authenticity. Don't worry about it. I remembered I had cookies, and I'm very excited. I won't eat into the mic because I'm that much of a professional. So.
I got the thin gingerbread cookies from IKEA. And they're so fucking good.
I got Milano raspberries.
Milanos are so fucking good. Okay, let me tell you about this guy. You haven't probably heard of him.
Probably not.
He died when he was 20. Yeah, he was born 1976.
Is he a serial killer or like missing person?
He's a serial killer.
Is that when he was 20?
He died when he was 20. I don't know what I'm doing with my voice, but I kind of like that deep voice I was doing for a minute. Like, yeah, dude.
I love when you do deep voice. Serial killer died when he was 20. Keep talking, fancy man.
Let me tell you about Juan Fernando Hermosa.
Does he have a machete?
Gosh, that'd be so cool.
I'm thinking of a different guy.
Nah.
I think I'm thinking of the machete bus murder. Continue.
Oh, that was in Canada.
That was in Canada?
That was in Canada, where they he killed someone with a machete, and then they had to trap him in the bus while they were waiting. Yeah, that was in Canada. I love that story. Ooh. Okay. Anyways, this
is
guy.
not a story.
This is not that guy. He was from Ecuador.
Oh.
He was known as Niño del Terror. I can't roll my R's, so deal with it. I'm sorry to all the girls who want to who think about me like that. I don't roll my R's. I'll practice, but I can't roll my R's.
I'm too white. I apologize.
You're totally fine. Yeah. So pretty much, Hermosa, he was born on February 28th of 1976. He was a Pisces, just like me.
2 days after you.
2 days after me. Literally 2 days after me. I was born in 1976.
Okay, so last episode you were born in 1958. You moved up.
Now I'm a little younger.
Right, you full glow.
I thank you. I try. I moisturize. It's also the filter and the lights here. It just makes
That's
me
why I'm
look younger.
thankful for our grainy cameras.
Right? Bad quality cameras makes it look like we look fine-ish.
Mm-hmm.
You're a 10. I'm like a 2.
You're a 12, bitch.
Nah. Mm-hmm. On a scale of 1 to 100, I'm a 12, but nah.
You're a 1200, bitch.
Nah, no.
Yeah.
Anyway, he was born as a Pisces in the city of Clemente Baquerizo, Los Rios province. I'm not going to even try to say it like that. I am a disgrace to my Peruvian culture, but it's cool. He was adopted by Olivo Hermosa Fonseca and Zoila Amara Suarez Mejia, who took him to live in a populous neighborhood north of Quito. Juan, he was often looked after by his deaf adoptive mother, who also suffered from arthritis, while his adoptive father traveled around the Sucumbíos province where he owned properties.
Okay.
So, he was a pretty chill dude. He was adopted. He was just chilling with his deaf his deaf mother with arthritis. Like me, hanging out with my old dog with arthritis, just chilling.
Me with my old cat with arthritis.
Yeah. we all have someone that we love to hang out with that has arthritis.
This feels like a fucking commercial. We
should be advertising some arthritis anti-inflammatory.
We should be walking together in a park while someone's talking over us.
With all with all the side effects.
The side effects.
Can I also be the one talking about all the side effects? I love reading the side effects of things.
100%. For the longest time, I didn't know that erectile dysfunction meant you couldn't get your dick up. I thought you just couldn't pee. I thought that's what it meant, was that you couldn't pee.
I love that.
Continue.
No, let's talk more about erectile dysfunction.
One more physical.
Okay. This boy, at 15 years old.
At 15, okay.
He began to lead a gang of 10 youngsters of the same age.
So he's what's the Lord of the Flies bullshit up in here?
He's literally me in high school, because you know what he does? They go hang out at a video game shop in the La Marine sector in downtown Quito. He often went to bars and clubs in the area known as Puente del Guambra,
Probably.
Near the Central University. So, leaving the discotheque, as they call it, as my father.
Is that what they call the bars?
No, those are the dance clubs. The discotheque.
Oh, gotcha.
I lost the lid to my wine bottle.
Just chug it. It's fine.
You
don't got anywhere to be tomorrow. It's fine.
That's a lie.
Oh, no. I didn't mean it.
That's a lie. I got plenty of things to do tomorrow. It's
You
fine.
say as you... Okay, guys, for those not watching, we just took my terrible advice and dumped the rest of the wine bottle in her glass. So this is going to be a fun episode. I'm ready.
It's fine. We gotta be fine. So,
Tuesday again? No problem.
Tuesday? No problem. Yeah. Anyways. He goes to the clubs. He goes to the discotheque. He goes there with a friend on November 22nd, 1991. And they take a taxi from San Remo Brand. And after reaching the avenue that they want to go to, Hermosa, he pulled out a fucking gun. He pulled out a 9mm pistol.
He's 15?
He's 15. He obtained it through a guard. And, like, I don't know which fucking guard he got this from, but, like, he got it. He shoots the taxi driver in the head, killing him instantly. And so then one of his friends then drove the vehicle to the southeast of the city and disposed of the body.
Sorry, was, like, murder the motive? Or, sorry, like, stealing the motive? Or just for shits and giggles?
He's 15. Who fucking knows?
Oh, you're right.
Who fucking knows? Like, when you're that age, you're just so hormonal. You're just like, no one understands me. Nothing's making sense.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a good outlet because no one's, like, really there to listen to, like, everything that's going on in your head and not able to help you, like, figure out ways to, like, figure it out. But you're still old enough to know what you're doing is wrong.
Mm-hmm. God damn.
I need a pineapple. Okay. So the body was found by the police the next day after they dropped it off in Los Chillos Valley. A week later, Hermosa went with other members of his gang to a hairdresser where they usually fix up his hair.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, there was a guy who worked there named Charlie. He invited him for drinks at his home, and then they started having an argument, and then Hermosa shooting Charlie 5 times before he can ask for help. And the thing is, Charlie was a trans man.
No.
Mm-hmm. And sadly,
I don't like this story anymore.
There is nothing to like about this guy. This is why he died at 20. Is that everyone did not like him.
Good.
His crimes totaled 22 murders. From the age of 15 to when he dies at 20, he kills 22 people. That's too many. We talked about the Green River Killer last time.
Yeah.
He killed a lot of people, but he didn't kill them that fast either.
Like, this is scary fast. I don't like this fucker.
Yeah. It's the hormones. No, I'm kidding. It's not the hormones. It's just that... I don't know. Oh, fuck. I didn't remember this part. When I read it last time, I was like, this blew my head. All of these 22 murders happened in 4 months. I'm sorry.
If you want to back up about 15 fucking steps there, mate. 4 months.
4 months to kill 22 people.
How? Wait, what's 4 divided by 22?
You mean 22 divided by 4?
Yes. Wait, okay, what's...
5.5 murders a month.
So at least a murder a week, maybe 2 a week if you're feeling festive. Mm-hmm. Fuck. God damn. Okay. Sorry, 4 months. I can't think of another person that's done that bullshit in that short time.
Crazy. It was crazy. Was not expecting that at all. I was all like, I'm just looking at random shit. I don't even know how I found this guy, but I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? At 15, he killed 22 people. You know what I was doing at 15? I was watching anime. And
you know what
else was I doing at?
Just like you could have saved Selena and the entirety of the Titanic's crew and passengers, Bike Anime could have saved him.
Bike Anime could have saved him. Bike Anime, where were you in 1991?
Oh, we're talking like 1991 anime. Ooh.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he really had much of a chance.
Yeah.
There were a lot of like well, no, they have a lot of good old animes that would have been like, oh, I'd rather be really into this and invested in this instead of invested in murdering people.
Instead of investing murdering 22 fucking people
Right?
in 4 months.
Right?
It's a full-time fucking job. Okay.
Right? Like,
Bikeless boy. Okay.
like, so 8 of them at least were taxi drivers, and 11 of them were like people of the LGBT community, which is really sad and depressing.
Where's his grave at? Just
Question.
question.
I'll figure it out. I'll do the research for this later on.
Want to go piss on his grave with me?
Yeah, I love pissing on graves. I'm like, I could just keep it at pissing. I'm like, I've said things about vor on here before. I could talk
and
about
milking
water
cats.
sport. You know what?
So
I'd rather
milking cats, water sport.
You know what? That reminds me of the time when I did actually pee on a man.
Oh yeah. I wasn't there, but I was at that party.
No one. Okay.
How's it feel having a podcast where you spill our deepest, darkest secrets?
Terrible, but you know what? That's something that future V is gonna have to deal with.
It's okay. These videos get like 1 view, so you're good.
That's all that matters. As long as like the people I work with now don't know too much about it, and they're like, you know what? I don't need to listen to V's story. It's fine. She's fine. I got through the history stuff. I love the history stuff. I just don't need to watch the rest of the video or listen to it anymore. But yeah, it was a Halloween party because you know what? He was a Scorpio, and it was his like birthday party. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah, and like he wanted to
I left at that point, or was I downstairs somewhere?
No. So the thing is, I'm starting with the beginning where he will like this was a guy that we worked with. He was a Scorpio.
Was that before me and Alex started dating?
It was way before you and Alex started dating. You had someone. You were dating someone else. You brought someone else to that party.
Oh, okay. Now I know you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah. And the Scorpio was like, hey, I want to take a shot with everyone from the same department because I left the job that I was at. Mm-hmm. And I was all like, oh wait, it wasn't a Halloween party. It was in February because he just left the job. Anyways, I remember being like, I don't take shots. And then my beautiful, lovely friend Danny was such a great mediator because I was ready to fight him. And like, I'd always made the joke about how I wanted to pee on him because I just wanted to like, degrade him in some way. And she's like, she'll take a shot if you let her pee on you.
Danny's a saint.
I love Danny. She is such an angel. Best thing that's ever happened to us.
Danny, I would die for you.
I would die for you in a heartbeat. Like, if you told me right now to just, like, drive to you, I will drive to you and die for you in a heartbeat.
Take me with you.
Yeah!
Yeah.
Anyway, so she did that. I love Danny for that. So the Scorpio was like, okay. Didn't really think too much about it. Freaking go on with our day after we take the shots. And then I'm outside having a smoke, hanging out with 2 other guys who heard about the thing about having to pee on him. And the guy, and I'm just chilling over there, and I'm all like, everyone's left. I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom. I need to use the bathroom. And they're like, you can't go to the bathroom. You have to pee on this boy. And I'm all like, no, it's snowing. I just want to go back inside. It's cold. I don't want to pee on him right now in front of people. But instead, I just like, you know what? Fuck it. They're not paying attention to me right now. I'm gonna fucking pop a squat and start peeing. Hope they don't notice and I can finish before anyone cares. They hear me start peeing and they're like, fucking get your foot in there. Get your foot in there. They tell that to the Scorpio boy. He fucking puts his foot in my pee. And I'm like, in my stream. And I'm like, And then he has the audacity to be like, that was so fucking disgusting. I can't believe you fucking did that. And I'm all like, you fucking put your foot in my fucking pee stream. I was fucking peeing. I was drunk and I needed to go and no one would let me go inside.
I need this immortalized forever. You fucking peed in my fucking pee stream.
He got his foot in my pee stream. I can't stop that.
No, that was 100% on him.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that.
Anyways.
You want me to keep that in?
I don't fucking care. You can do whatever you want.
We'll
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. See if it's long enough to keep cut out. If it's short enough where our episode's fine, where you can keep it, you can keep it. It's a mystery.
Deal. Sounds good to me.
All right. Anyways, truly not into water sport, but like, you know, you gotta try things a couple times to really know for sure if you're really into it. But
you right.
Anyways, not gonna go too deep into that. So there's also a truck driver with acquaintances as well as 2 other dudes that he had killed that along with the 11 LGBT members and the 8 taxi drivers. And that's where he got the nickname Niño del Terror. I don't know if I'm saying terror right. Anyways, doesn't matter. Terror. Doesn't matter. Boy of terror. So they were all pretty much shot to death with a 9mm pistol, and the crimes occurred during the weekends, which caused a panic among the taxi drivers and the LGBT community who lived in northern Quito.
Makes sense.
It's just like, you know, you're trying your best to do what you can in the early 90s in a Latin community where
like life's already stacked against you there.
Yeah, and now you got a serial killer who's trying to come out for you. Like, nah. And it's so frequent. And like 4 months having that much shit happen.
That makes me incredibly angry.
Don't worry, my friend. He gets captured.
Good.
He gets captured because the mayor, Foster Terran Bustillo, was put in command of a squad formed by the group de Intervención y Rescate. I did not say that right. Do not fucking care. The GIR of the National Police, which was in charge of investigating El Niño de Terror. I keep adding fucking shit to his name. I don't fucking know why. They're just in charge of investigating his crimes. And so they managed to catch a group of young criminals in the city center who tried to rob a place, revealing information about the identity of the guy who was behind the murders. So, January 9th, 1992, they were able to locate his residence. And through an operation which began on January 16th at 3 o'clock a.m., the contingents were able to like locate the exterior of the murderer's house. And then there was pretty much a shootout.
Oh, God.
Pretty much. So they entered the house through the skylight that they determined faced these suspects' room. But it was actually the room of the mother. And so she was sleeping in the room, and they're like, ooh. Because of that mistake, it alerted Hermosa that they were in the house. And so he began shooting them at close range. And then they started shooting. And then they started throwing grenades.
Is his mom okay?
She did not survive the confrontation. She was shot 11 times. Yeah, throughout the whole situation. And then afterwards, pretty much like 15 minutes after, not 15 minutes after, but like pretty much like shortly after all this started happening, he got captured without receiving a fucking scratch. And I'm fucking pissed about that. Because he was trying to escape through the back window, and they caught him then.
How do you shoot his deaf mother 11 times?
Right? It's so sad. Yeah. So it's like they were able to transfer him to a prison that same morning.
Oh, wow.
And then they found out he was 16 years old. They're declared by his own words. Like he said, literally, I want to make it clear that my name is Juan Fernando Hermosa Suarez, and on February 28th, I will be 16 years old. He's not even 16 yet.
I don't have words.
Right? Teenagers are the worst. That's all I've got to say. Teenagers, they scare the living shit out of me, as My Chemical Romance once fucking said.
Truer words have never been sung.
It's true. They haunt me to this day. Anyways, he claimed that his statement was like it wasn't intended to be like he like meant to murder those people or something.
I'm
like
sorry.
He tried to say that like, his statements of like what happened didn't mean that he meant to murder them. Because he pretty much just said that he asked his victim to be quiet and that nothing would happen to them. But by ignoring that warning, that's why he killed them. And I'm like, that makes no fucking sense. Like, what?
I'm calling absolute bullshit on that.
Right? Nothing makes sense with that. And then he said on one occasion he was threatened with a .22 caliber revolver, and on another occasion, a taxi driver had tried to attack him with a wheel wrench, so he had to kill them with his gun. And I'm like, I don't believe this. Like, maybe the last one, maybe, but like,
I need a gay vigilante.
Me.
You.
Let's become gay vigilantes right fucking now. Let's
Yes.
both of us. Yeah.
Yes.
We've got the hair for it.
We do. Right out, Sonic. We got this.
I feel like we could fucking do this shit. Like, we got the aesthetic for it.
I already got art ho.
You got art ho. I got like the edgy gay, I think.
Edgy gay.
I think. I need it. Will you shave 100%. My mullet tomorrow? Not my mullet, but like, will you help me shave my undercut?
Your mom will give me a Christmas present.
You said that if you'd cut my mullet. Leave my mullet alone, but you can shave my undercut.
Deal.
Where was I? So,
this motherfucker.
He was sentenced to a maximum penalty that the law allowed for a minor, which was only, guess how many years?
4.
Yeah!
Wait, what? Did I get right?
Yep. He got 4 years imprisonment at the Virgilio Guerrero Rehabilitation Center after confessing to his crimes.
Okay, so you guessed the fucking violin, and I guess the
years.
The years. Mm-hmm. Spooky.
Same wavelength, same brain cell.
Same single brain cell. In bike hell together.
In bike hell. Vanessa Hudgens in bike hell. So, in jail, he became a juvenile leader in prison in the first 16 months, managing to obtain a pistol through his girlfriend Yadira, in which he killed a policeman attempting to stop him by shooting him 5 times. Then he escaped with 10 young boys in 93.
Okay, it's like the worst fucking version of Peter Pan. Good
right?
Lord.
I'm dying. He fled to Colombia, where he contracted tonsillitis, and then he was recaptured and then released after he served his sentence in 1996. So even after he escaped, he still only had to serve the 4 years. Make it make sense!
It makes sense.
But you know what? It's fine. Because after his release, he went to live with his father in Nueva Lojas, Sucumbio. I don't fucking know how to fucking speak words anymore.
That sounds right to me.
I've been a disgrace to the Spanish language and my Hispanic heritage and my Asian heritage for the last 28 years. I don't fucking know a shit. I peed on a white man. That's all I can say.
I mean, that's instantly gives you 10 bonus points, just saying.
That's true. I've got a little... I peed on a very straight white male.
I feel like all of your ancestors would be very proud of that moment.
That's very true. That's why I try not to bring it up, but once I do, I can't stop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can't stop once I start bringing it up. Anyways, on the day of his 20th birthday, he was found dead on the banks of the Aguarico. I don't know how to fucking say Aguarico River. It was revealed by police that 5 hooded individuals were responsible for the murder, managing to identify Hermosa through documents in his wallet, as his face was disfigured with signs of torture, cut with machetes, and riddled with bullets.
Happy birthday, bitch!
Right? You got the machete part right, but it wasn't because of him.
I like to think these are the gay vigilantes.
They were. They fucking were. They were like, you fucking come into my safe place and fucking mess us up.
You murder 11.
I'm like,
11 of us.
mm-mm.
Say goodbye to your fucking face.
Right? Right. Fucking cheers that he's fucking gone. Cheers.
Cheers. Boom.
Anyway.
This was a fucking roller coaster ride. I'm glad it had a satisfying finish, though.
I knew that you would enjoy the finish.
Yes.
It took a while to get there, but I got there.
This feels like some good vigilante justice, and I'm 100% here for it.
I love it. Because I hated the whole story until the end, and I was like,
this is rough. This is rough. This gets rougher.
Yeah, and I'm like, as a queer person, makes me very upset that, like, we've had a lot of people come for us just because of their own discomfort.
Oh, the entire, like, Harvey Milk episode, I think we were both like, ooh.
Oh, don't even bring that up. I'm still gonna fucking get so fucking angry about that shit. Like,
fuck your Twinkie defense. Fuck your 22 bullshit. Get fucked on your birthday.
Anyways, did I tell you I cut my nails really short for my trip because I'm fucking gay? As an LGBT person that's like, hey, I'm gonna be fucking gay and just like show that like I'm fucking gay with my fucking short nails. Because that means I'm not depressed and letting them grow out too long.
Guys, V is top tier. God level tier of gay. That is you.
I tell you how
eat pineapple and have your nails short.
I was telling this girl at my job because she's 21. Her boyfriend and her broke up a while ago, so she's kind of like going through her rebounding, hoeing phase. And I'm like, I love it for her because like you gotta
get a cute girl.
You gotta explore everything. She keeps telling me that I'm her girlfriend. She's gonna come. And I accidentally invited her to Christmas and Thanksgiving as a joke. And she's like, telling everyone, was like, did you hear? She's going to invite me to Christmas and Thanksgiving. And I'm like, no, I didn't. Like, she's not going to for real go because, like, it's a joke between us because she's trying to get free tattoos from me. I like this. I always fucking get the straight girls at my jobs who are like, hey. Yeah, hey. Now, anyways. She's telling me about how this guy went down on her for like 20 minutes. I'm like, 20 minutes? Is that fucking it? And she's like, yeah, it was like the best time of my life. I was like, fucking girl, you could do so much better than that.
Get a girl.
Yeah, I'm all like, you're so excited about 20 minutes? Like, oh, baby.
I need her to get a nice girl that will blow her fucking mind.
Right?
Treat her right.
I told her about how like with me and my ex on like a very slow Sunday, a very like lazy Sunday, it would be at least 3 hours. Yeah. It just makes
foreplay is 3 hours.
Yeah, that's the thing is like you have a whole day set out for it. You are just
you have to plan the shit.
It's not even like that. It's like you just have to make sure there's nothing else scheduled for that day and have like the best fucking lazy day ever. Yeah. Anyways, that's my plans for Thursdays to be fucking lazy.
Booty call the universe.
I really shouldn't be talking about that on here, but you know, things happen.
It's fine. This will come out in 3 weeks.
4 weeks.
2,
3 weeks. 4 weeks. It doesn't matter.
2 weeks after the Sunday.
You know what? Let's try recording on Sunday after I come back and see if we should keep this in.
Oh, there we go. I like this idea.
I'll come up with a story while I'm on vacation.
I'll come up with one while I'm watching Charlie from a distance.
Oh, you should do some like tiger. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I'm going to look up some stories.
Okay, deal.
I'll look up some stories about cats. Some scary cat stories.
Ooh, I like this.
That would be a good, interesting story, I think.
I would. I like this one. That was such a good story, though, dude.
Were you not expecting that? I
was not. I was not expecting that roller coaster ride, but I was here for it.
I felt like it was a
Goddamn.
good short one, but like
Yeah.
there was a
Like,
lot
bam,
that
bam, bam.
happened. Like, yeah. It's sad that it was all very like shot with a gun, very it wasn't very personal. So I think
Mhm.
that's why he killed so many. Is that
Yeah.
you're just in a fit of rage, fit of emotions. I wonder if he had some like pent up feelings about certain people because like he went to the same hairdresser for a long time and then invited them over and then
Mhm.
shot Charlie. And that was like one of the very first ones that he killed, and then continued to go to like these dances and like these like dance halls where he would meet up with other like people of the community,
Mhm.
LGBT community, and then kill them. And so I wonder if there's something like underlying that like he felt disrespected in some way, or that he felt very uncomfortable and
Oh,
like very
probably.
conservative in that way. Like I don't want to be like the kind of person who says that like he might have been in the closet.
I
Like
feel like
he
that would be a fair stance to take, though, if you're given like a psychological standpoint
that's
and a
very
historical context standpoint as well.
exactly, especially in the very early 90s and like
Yes.
Ecuador, like you don't know like exactly how his family life was at
Mm-mm.
that time cuz his father didn't seem like he was really in it. His mother, all we knew is that she was deaf and like had arthritis. And so it's
Mhm.
very interesting to know like did he ever want to explore that kind of lifestyle, or did he just find himself very uncomfortable and then obsessed with the idea of like trying to rid that uncomfortable feel of that, which is so fucking terrible. I
It
fucking
is.
hate
I could,
that.
like,
Like,
granted, you'll never know, but I feel like that would be a safe argument to make either way.
yeah, it's like,
Like,
is it like his fear of someone like,
like a fair hypothesis. There we go.
mm-hmm. I don't know where I was going with this, but I was just like I'm curious because I don't think that he could, like he might have been maybe curious, but I also feel like he was just like one of those bigoted people who was just like, I'm gonna get rid of all these fucking people and not realize that they're just people trying to live their best life and do
Yeah.
their own thing and that they don't fucking bother other people. We don't fucking bother straight people. Why do they bother us? Straight girls. My feels all the time is straight girls always coming at me.
You
That's the
go
thing
through
is
so
I
much,
made a
buddy.
joke because I was like, oh, like this girl she wants to get a tattoo of like flowers, which is like what I have here,
Yeah.
and then a moon, which is what I have here, and like she like cuffs her pants and she cuffs her shirt, and I'm like, you're very very queer coded right there, and she has dyed red hair, and I'm like, very queer coded, and she's like, maybe I will be in it, maybe it's supposed to mean something in a couple of years, and I'm like, that's cool. I ain't gonna experiment with you. I ain't gonna give you any fucking free tattoos. I'm busy with my own situation, with my own girl.
There's so much.
And she's all like, you can just be with me, my 3 friends, and your girl. And I'm like, that's too many people. I'm like, I'm already in a throuple. I can't do more.
You're welcome. Just like the Powerpuff Girls.
Wait, are we talking about the anime Powerpuff Girls-y? Or like, cause like they're not sisters in the anime.
Okay, then yeah, we'll talk about the anime.
They're not sisters in the anime. That's all I can fucking say is they're not sisters in the anime.
Never change. I came up with my song request.
What's your song request?
You want to guess? It's Titanic.
Wait, what?
It's Titanic related.
Is it the one that's like, I will go down with the ship?
Oh, that's another good one. I
was thinking of that while I can't remember who sings it. It's like that very soft song. But like, no, what's the song? Is it My Heart Will Go On? I fucking love it!
I can't do a Titanic episode and not have that be the song recommendation.
You know what my song recommendation's gonna be?
Is it My Chemical Romance?
Oh,
Cheers, America.
Oh my gosh, I literally was thinking about My Chemical Romance earlier because like a group of my friends were talking about like early Twitter days and stuff and like early Tumblr days, and then brought up a site that they were on. And that site was created by a guy who was on a My Chemical Romance forum back in 2005 when I was on a My Chemical Romance forum. And it was like...
Back when you were RPing My Chemical Romance?
I never RP'd My Chemical Romance. I've never roleplayed real life people when I was a teenager.
Okay. If you guys want to get into contact with us, you can email us at tipsymysteries@gmail.com, or you can find us on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube, all at Tipsy Mysteries. So it's easy. Not too hard.
We try our best.
We're doing great.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I am Vanessa Hudgens, Woman Loving Woman Double 2.0.
2.0. Do you have any parting words of advice? Vanessa Hudgens, Women Love Women Double 2.0.
Hydrate. Hydrate the fuck out of yourself. I don't fucking know how to make more sense out of that, but just fucking drink water.
Guys, drink water. Watch bike anime. Just so you can watch them ride their bikes. And it'll be like a mile. And like, we got a mile to go. It should take me like 5 minutes, 8 episodes. And it's just them riding their bikes and screaming, going, ah! And the flashback to the tragic past that led them to ride bikes.
Okay, but I would be Sakamichi just fucking taking his fucking tiny ass old school bike with the big giant gear in it, so it's supposed to be harder to fucking ride, taking it all the way to Akihabara so I can fucking get some fucking anime shit. And I was like 12 years old, because I would fucking do that at 12, but now I'm like, nah.
Okay, so Alex's Mito cosplay test. Love it.
That was so fucking intense.
Right.
I did not believe it was her until you mentioned it was her.
Because at first she's like, oh, that was like a lukewarm response from V. And then like, I didn't realize it was you. Because I
thought that she literally just like took a picture from like Tumblr back in like 2015, saw a Mito cosplayer and was like, oh, I want to recreate this look. I didn't even think it was her. I
showed my sister and she's like, oh, is that your friend? No, I'm like, that's Alex. She's like, that's Alex. So I was looking at blue wigs on Amazon because I need to be Minami.
Minami's a good boy.
And I have a wig that would work for Sakamichi.
Too bad I don't have some big round not sunglasses, but eyeglasses.
Tragic, really.
It's really tragic.
How's that glare doing with your round glasses there, bud?
What glasses? These ones.
Guys,
or when I'm like, just right into the glare. Just right into the glare.
Magane, bitch. Guys, we're gonna cosplay bike anime.
Yeah. It'll be interesting for fucking sure.
Like the height would work.
You're right. You're fucking right. I'm fucking tiny. We got this.
Alex is the tallest out of us, and I'm middle height. So
yeah,
that's what works. But again, I propose me bridal carrying you both as Minami. Just saying.
I can see that. I can't remember much about Minami. I'm like, I remember some people are like, oh, I don't really like him anymore after like stuff later on in the show. And I'm like, I don't remember what he goes through because he's a Gemini.
I just remember my angel boy being a beautiful bastard. One of me and Alex's friends did say that if we cosplayed, since Alex can't ride a bike, what we do is we have bikes. We pull her in a wagon. But it has to be an extra tiny one, so she like barely fits in it with her little legs.
So it like looks perfect with how like lanky he is. Yeah. I was thinking we just put her in the basket on top of. We get like one of those 2-tiered bikes with a basket. She sits in the basket. We're
Fucking
pushing
ETing
her.
it. Please.
Yeah.
Please. I like this plan. I like this plan.
I hate all of this, and I need
You
it.
love all of this. All right, we're gonna go.
This is probably gonna be cut out because it's too much. You're welcome.
You're welcome, guys. Stay hydrated. Watch Bike Anime.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.